So imagine that you're hearing that BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager that has pretty much everything that they buy, from real estate to cryptocurrency to dollar, gold, and everything, quickly buying up all these Bitcoin, but they're doing it in a way that no one notices. Basically, what happened in the 2020s, during back in 2020 and 2019, and that's what was basically happening, and pretty much left the people like us, the retail investors, out of clue. We didn't know what we were doing. So what their game plan is basically is like, instead of buying Bitcoin directly from exchanges like most of us do from Coinbase or like Binance, BlackRock and all these other big players are using something called the OTC strategy. Basically, what they're doing is that these massive purchases that they buy, like $500 million, like every single day, billions of dollars, they don't show up on these exchange prices. So that means they don't drive the price up. So it keeps the Bitcoin price steady. That's why you see like in a consolidation phase, Bitcoin going from 60,000, 70,000, and you don't see those big spike up because they don't buy those from those exchanges, and those exchanges are basically from us. So this is called like basically ultimate like bait and switch. They're basically getting enough Bitcoin that's gonna flood the media, then hype it up for Bitcoin. Then most of the retail investors, they're gonna come in and they're gonna slowly ramp it up and buy all these coins. So now we understand the game plan, what they're trying to do. So we wanna try to mitigate as much loss as possible, and also go on the hype. So basically what they're doing. So one way, the first step for a lot of these people, what they should do is get a cold wallet. So cold wallet is basically secure, like an offline place to store your Bitcoin. And if you're still keeping crypto on your exchanges or anything like that, it's a huge risk. Like, learn it from me. Basically, I had $500 stolen from me back in the day, about 2 to 3 years ago, which is not a lot of money, but it just goes to show how these exchanges are not really protected, because anytime you click an email, click anything, you could get stolen. The exchanges have been like they've been hacked, gone bankrupt, and even frozen accounts. So getting a cold wallet like me, something like a Ledger or Trezor, those are one of the top companies that allows you to buy these crypto coins outright. So no middleman, no risk for exchange shutdowns during peak trading times. So think of it as like your digital bull. Your Bitcoin is only accessible to you. So when you're in this bull market and everyone's trying to buy or sell exchanges off and get overloaded, by having your Bitcoin in these cold wallets, you can easily sleep knowing that not anyone is going to be able to access your funds besides you. So it doesn't stop there. Make sure you have multiple exchange accounts as well. If you're only in one exchange, you're limiting your options. So imagine trying selling on a massive bull run, but the exchange goes down. So how are you going to sell these coins? So instead of having just Coinbase as the primary exchange account, things like Coinbase, Binance, KuCoin, Iraq, like all these other stuff, make sure you have it. Just multiple exchanges. So a hardware wallet and having these multiple exchanges are the best way to buy and sell when you're in this bull market. So the next step that a lot of people need to do, and it saves a massive headache, is you want to get crypto-friendly bank account. That's the third thing. And here's why I'm going to tell you why it matters. So when you're making these big withdrawals during a bull market, like a lot of these traditional banks, they can freeze your account for you. Why? Because all of a sudden they see a large bunch of cash going into the crypto market. They think of it as a red flag or even fraud, or they think of it as a money laundering system. And the last thing you want to have is money stuck when you need it the most. So having a bank account, multiple bank accounts, allows you to spread out these withdrawals to avoid these kind of bottlenecks. So an extra layer of security you want to do is try to choose banks that are crypto friendly, or even set up different accounts like in different countries, even if you're able to, but you don't need to have that accessibility to multiple countries. That's if you're doing it in millions and stuff. So the next step is having on-chain trading. So basically, which means trading directly from your wallet using decentralized exchanges like Uniswap or PancakeSwap. So what these on-chain trading websites, what you're doing is not depending on these centralized exchanges like Coinbase, Binance, and you can move in and out of coins like pretty much any time. So this is like a huge advantage, because a lot of the time the exchanges, because most people are using it, they're overloaded or even locked. So you'll have access to assets that haven't even hit like the big exchanges yet, and you can even trade without the delays and stuff. So to dig a bit deeper into on-chain trading, many people think like a lot of these decentralized exchanges are just like for advanced users, but they're actually pretty accessible once you get the hang of it. Platforms like Uniswap that you connect your cold wallet and trade directly without having to move funds back and forth from an exchange. This is a game changer during market circuits. So then there are swap websites like SimpleSwap or Changely. These sites let you convert from one cryptocurrency to another without needing a big exchange amount. So it's not common for these crypto holders to have assets across different kind of blockchains. And these services, they make it super easy to trade like across networks. So just imagine like if Bitcoin price just starts to climb, you can move into like Ethereum and other assets without having any hassle or delay. So not only is like a deeper level of flexibility, it also helps you avoid delays, or it gives you a lot of access to unique coins that are harder to find elsewhere that you won't find like quickly if you were just doing the main exchanges like Coinbase or Binance or stuff like that. So just to recap everything, like a lot of these BlackRock institutions, they're buying these Bitcoin off of the exchanges to help keep the price stable. So while they load up, so they're gonna buy within billions and billions, and you're not gonna notice it in the exchange prices because a lot of them they don't buy these cryptocurrencies within those big exchanges. So once they do buy it up, then a lot of the times you'll see like they'll unleash the media hype about it. So that's what makes the price go up on the prices you see. Then you're gonna see like Google Trends, YouTube Trends trading up and up. And then you're gonna see like Coinbase in the top like 10 apps on the app. So that's how you know the retail investors are slowly catching up to us. And then the three other main things would be is having a cold wallet, whether it be a few $1,000s, a few $100,000s, a few $1 million, having a cold hardware wallet, or having a multiple exchange and bank accounts just to make sure you're not locked out, freezed out, or anything, and mastering on-chain trading, like, using Uniswap, how to get those coins that you can't really find on those big exchanges. Then you'll be most likely prepared, like when the market heats up and everything. So a lot of the thing is, I guess the main thing is first, always put money that you're afford to lose because it's always a risk in these kind of markets. And second thing is always keep your account safe by having these ledger and cold hardware wallets because it's super unpredictable. So the more thing is to protect your investments, not put everything in it.